Hey everyone, welcome back to Watch and Carry. So in today's video, I thought I'd show you my one-wheel stand. So I picked up a couple of items from a local garage sale. They were selling this guitar stand there for about $5, and the owner had this set of gear ties, which you can see in yellow there, for about maybe a couple bucks for each gear tie, and I kind of combined the two to make the stand you see here. So the way it works is I've secured the gear tie to the stand here at the top, and then I have another end that's loose. And these gear ties, if you don't know what they are, they're made by a company called Nite-Ize, Nite-Ize, and they're nice and soft on the outside, but they have firm, malleable wire on the inside. So if you bend it, it kind of keeps it shaped like that. Okay, and then the guitar stand itself, the brand has been rubbed off by the previous owner, so I'm not sure of that. But you can see here it has padded forks here on the top, which are nice. It has an adjustable height here, which for me kind of doubles as a holder for my charge plug. And then it has a really nice broad base where it has a short leg in the back, but what I really like are these two long legs in the front that really provide, more stability than a standard stand that might have, some short feet at the bottom. So the way this will work is, usually after I come back from a ride, okay, I'll go ahead and you can insert this either way using this side of the rail or this side. Put it right there on those padded forks. Okay, and if I'm not going to charge it, I usually just leave it like this. And so the reason is I'm not so worried about this thing falling over and getting damaged because nothing is really exposed and the one wheel is pretty durable. And this just makes it easy. Like if I need to come home, pick something up and leave again, I just kind of drop it in and then pick it up when I need it. Now, if I'm going to go ahead and charge, usually, which is what happens overnight, I'll go ahead and take that gear tie and wrap this guy around the base and then twist it like a garbage tie to the other end of it. And then what that does is it kind of secures it to the guitar stand, keeps it a little bit more stable. I'll go ahead and take my charge plug here. And then I'll plug it in like that. And this is kind of how it looks where I wrap around that gear tie. So really easy to remove and then really easy to secure back in place. And then for the height of the guitar stand, I just kind of put it right above the wheel. It doesn't really matter for most people, but because I have this 2X battery system, I needed the other half of that fork, which you can see right here, to go underneath the battery but above the tire. So that's why I adjusted it to that height. Okay, and then to remove the plug or the board, just kind of remove this out like that. And then I'll go ahead and take this end. I'll wrap it around to keep it nice and tidy. We'll take out our plug here. And then I'll set this plug down on that knob right there, like that. Okay. So, when you have stands, there's a lot of them out there on the market, and they're really great. They obviously look pretty cool, and they're make it a little bit easier to pick up your board so you don't have to bend down. They're also nice because they save a little bit of space rather than having to sprawl out, all 33, 36 inches of the board on the floor. So one of the downsides, though, of having a stand is that charge port. So when you have it plugged in and charging, everyone's always worried about, well, what happens if somebody knocks over the stand and the board falls over onto the charger? That could cause a lot of damage to the internals of the controller. So that's why I kind of like this stand idea, because yes, there is that risk for it to fall over, but when you put in the gear tie on the back there, it adds just a little bit more security. Secondly, I used to just charge my board from the ground, so I would do it like this. But even on the ground, even though the fall won't be as high, there's still that risk, assuming this is plugged in, for this to fall over onto its side and also damage. And a lot of you know that from putting your board in the car and transporting it, that it doesn't take a lot to roll this over onto its side. So that risk still exists, even with the board not on a stand. So that's kind of why I opted for this option as well. And these parts were all pretty cheap. So if I hadn't mentioned already, the stand I picked up used for about $5, and then those gear ties were about $2 each. The gear ties you can buy off of Amazon for a pair of them. These are the extra large gear ties for about maybe $5 or $7. And then a guitar stand, those could be a little bit pricier on Amazon or eBay. So I recommend just going to Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. There's always somebody posting something up there that you can pick up for super cheap. And either way, I think you're going to be probably spending a little bit less, if not a whole lot less, than if you were to buy, a traditional stand from, like Future Motion. So anyways, guys, that is my DIY stand that I use at home. Really like it. Makes it easier to keep my board secure, pick up my board, a little bit on space saving and portable. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please put them down below. And as always, have fun, be safe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.